Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Minute on the Mountain. We're getting out for a shed hunt today. This will be shed hunt number 9 for the year. And we've been on a roll. So far, we found sheds every other time we've been out. We're 8 for 8. I'm doing a second thing though today. I'm pulling this trail camera that I hung up here about 2 months ago. See if we got any good images on it. And so I've been going back and forth if I wanted to just try and like sprint up here, get the trail camera, and then get back on the south side of the dirt road where I've been finding so many sheds this year. Or if I wanted to kind of look for sheds on my way to the camera and then stay on the north side of the road. And even up until like 2 minutes ago, honestly, I hadn't decided. But I think I'm going to stay on the north side. It hasn't been as good to me as that south side. That may put an end to our streak, but it's a little over a mile into this trail camera. So I didn't want to have to rush in here, put those extra 2+ miles on just to get back to where I would start. Because if I started on the south side of the road, I've hit everything that's close to the road pretty well over there. So I'd be like another 1.5 miles in hiking the trail before I'd really start shed hunting. So anyway, we'll just enjoy the time up here, work it, pretty hard on this north side. I'm gonna have to put some miles on to get to some areas I haven't already hiked over here as well. But that's the plan. It's 25 degrees coming over the pass to get here, so it's still chilly, but it's supposed to be 67 and sunny. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better day. So we're going to enjoy God's creation. We're going to enjoy the exercise. Sorry, I know I'm kind of out of breath talking, but it's pretty much all uphill to get to this little saddle. So thanks for coming along, guys. Let's see what we can find. All right, well, we found the camera. It's still here. Praise the Lord for that, because I didn't lock it up. I think that might be facing too high. I bet I just got like the tops of deer and stuff looking at that and where it's set. But we'll pull it off and just take a quick scan, see how many pictures we got. Then we'll get back on the hike. That was pretty disappointing, guys. Only 13 videos on that camera, and about half of them were me setting it up and taking it down. On the little view screen and the sunlight, I couldn't tell for sure what the other pictures were. I think 2 of the other pictures were other guys up here shed hunting. So anyway, I was hoping to have some good trail camera pics. I've noticed when I post those as shorts, it does good for the channel. I usually get a few subs, but we'll have to hang one in a new location and try again. All right, we'll get on to the shed hunt now. Having a hard time getting away from the boot tracks, guys. This area has definitely been hit more than the other side of the road. I don't think I've crossed any boot tracks on my last 4 trips over here when I was on the other side, but I'll come across a set and go perpendicular to them and try to put some distance, and then I come across another set. So that may not be good for today. It's pretty out. Try to turn this around kind of slowly. But all the ground cover's out again. A lot of whites and then a lot of Indian paintbrushes out. There's little sparkles of red all over. It's a real pretty day. That's a different kind of white flower right up there. But yeah, I'm afraid I'm hitting an area that several guys have already combed through, but we'll keep going. I'm gonna go to the end of this ridge and then jump up 25-30 yards, work it back and forth till we get up on top up there. And then I may go over on the other side of it, because it kind of seems like these other guys that were in here have stayed on this west facing side, so maybe I'll drop over on the east. But so far no sheds, and Lots of boot tracks. I don't know if he'll show up. There's a little cottontail hiding under that tree. I mean, he's only like 5 feet away. Oh, there he goes. Well, guys, we're at a new spot. I put just under 5 miles in that first loop, and we didn't find anything. And I didn't have a good feeling about it with all the boot tracks I was seeing, so I decided to kind of bomb back to the car. Instead of really working it on the way back, I just kind of bombed back so I'd have some time. So I still have about 2.5, almost 3 hours. So we're gonna hit spot number 2, see if we can pick something up so that our no skunk streak continues. Haven't filmed much because there hasn't been really anything to film. Just working this real steep north-facing slope. It's got a few little groves of these cedars like I'm in now that I have found sheds in before, not in this particular grove, but on this ridge. There's looking back out over the lake. But man, just it's slow. It's slow going too. All these rocks in here, and a lot of the rocks are covered by moss, so you just got to watch your step. And of course, I'm trying to look in every little nook and cranny when I'm going through here. We got about an hour and 15 minutes left before I got to start heading back to the car, and I'm gonna milk everything I can out of this to see if we can avoid the skunk. But so far, no luck today. Our luck might run out on this trip. This might be our first skunk of the year, but we'll see. Well, that's our first skunk of the year, guys. It wasn't for lack of trying. We're almost back at the car now, but it's gonna be a little over 7 miles. And other than this little 300-yard walk to the car, none of it was on a trail. It was all side hilling and bushwhacking. So we gave it a good shot. Disappointing day, but still I'm grateful for it. I say that not just because I'm finding sheds. I can't believe that trail camera didn't get any good video. I thought for sure we'd pick up some good deer footage, if nothing else. And like I said, it only had 13 videos on it, and it looked like 7 of them were me. 3 putting it up and 4 walking up to take it down. So just not a lot happening. I'm not 100% sure I'll even post this. I probably will, just because, you know, I like to be honest, and the reality is you don't pick up big sheds every time you go out, or at least I don't. Maybe the guys who go to the honey holes and, you know, have the time to spot in the winter and stuff always pick them up. But even then, I'm guessing they have their fair share of skunks too. So we'll probably post it. Appreciate you guys coming along, and we'll get after it again in a couple weeks. I've got a trip down to southern Utah coming up with Steve Rodriguez, who you've seen on the channel before, and another one of the members of our pastoral team, Brent Burks, is coming with us. I don't think he's ever been on a video, and we're gonna do Spooky and Peekaboo for sure, those 2 slot canyons. And if we have time, we're gonna try and hit Lower Calf Creek Falls as well. So that'll kind of be the next big adventure. All right, guys, let's wrap this up with the channel shout out and the minute on the mountain. Channel I want to shout out is Bogoly's Keeping It Real. Chris has got a great channel, primarily fishing videos, catches a little bit of everything, does a really good job putting his videos together. I'll put a link in the description for that. Minute on the Mountain comes from Psalm 139. I know I've used that chapter on this channel before, but it's just such a powerful chapter. We are doing a series at church called The Vow. It's a 4-week marriage series. Yesterday I preached on To Love and Cherish. In fact, I'll put a link in the description for that sermon if you're interested. But I brought up the fact that the reason we can love with an agape kind of love is because that's how God has loved us. And I think if you grew up in the church, you know, if you have a relationship with God, you know that. But did you also know the reason we can cherish is because we have been cherished? You know, in Psalm 139, it says that the Lord has more precious thoughts about you than the grains of sand on the shore. You can't even count how many precious thoughts God has about you. So God doesn't just love us, God cherishes us. And because you have been cherished like that, you can cherish your spouse like that. So again, that's Psalm 139. Read that whole chapter when you have some time this week. Let it encourage you. Thanks so much for coming along. You know, I knew eventually the skunk would happen, and it did. And now I've been out shed hunting one additional time since the recording of this video, and I did find sheds again. So we got back on track, and that video will be coming up shortly. God bless you guys. Thanks for all the support. See you the next time right on the mountain.